Hello and welcome to Starting Points, where one thing leads to another. This video is a bit of a mixed bag. It's prompted by the fact that two of the books I'm going to show you are due back at the library tomorrow. So wish me luck. I'm going to start though with this postcard. This postcard is filled with color. It sort of reminded me of the kind of artwork that one of the artists I showed you last time did. The previous one had really mono color of black on white, and various white shown in the seed pod and in the milkweed seeds, and there's a lot to look at here in the shape of the leaves and what's getting in the shade and the edge of this leaf, and there's a lot of detail there. But there's certainly a lot of detail here, and more dimension too. Just things in the distance, a building, the trees in the distance, the trees close by, the dappled ground, and it's someone with an umbrella, and though it's sunny, and the kinds of fashion that people wore at the time that painting was done. Now, that's variety, and so this video is going to have a fair bit of variety. Books for adults and books for younger readers as well. So let's start with this book. This is a wonderful book that I stumbled on probably a dozen years ago, soon after it was published. It's called Victory Gardens for Bees, and it's by Lori Windenheimer, and I'm pausing because I'm thinking, I've shared some books with you that dealt with color and dealt with scent and herbs and food gardens, so that a garden for bees is a little bit of a twist on that, because the others are designed to bring pleasure or nourishment to humans. At this gardens that Lori is suggesting bring nourishment to bees, but in doing so, the bees help to pollinate and create future colors and food. So it's recognized, the connection's recognized, but we've often been thinking more about what we as humans will take from planting and caring for a garden. And so I like that twist. This book is packed full of tips, and it's various ways of arranging things, and including mason bees and Victory Garden for Bees, chapter 2, and here's about the variety of bees. This is a selection from Ty Rolston's pinned bee collection, arranged from largest to smallest, clockwise it is. Counterclockwise, it's arranged from smallest to largest, but we generally go clockwise. And you can see then it brings together the smallest with the biggest bee. Quite a difference. And so the tremendous variety of bees, there's a wonderful chapter on that. Healthy herbs for pollinators and people. So I think it's the "and" part that is sometimes missing. Often we're looking at how can this land benefit us, and not so much how can that benefit other living creatures. But she's got these wonderful seasonal planting charts that are coded. BB is bumblebees, HB honeybees, SB solitary bees, BI beneficial insects. And origins, old world, new world. It's what bloom season. So I mean, this is if one wants self-education, this book will certainly give you a lot to digest, and in that case it would be a great reference book for someone who is involved in any sort of gardening projects. I pass it on and recommend it. So that's one of the books I have to return. This other book I have to return is 50 Plants That Changed the Course of History. Now, whereas this book is practical, hands-on, this book is more philosophical, intellectual on that side. It's not like you can take this and apply it to do something. But I found it quite fascinating. It's published in Canada, 50 Plants That Changed the Course of History by Bill Laws. And Firefly Books. Firefly Books. Not too often do you get a publisher named after an insect. So, it's not alphabetical. He's just got the 50 plants. Let me share a number of the names with you. Onion, pineapple, bamboo, wild cabbage, tea, hemp, chili pepper, sweet orange, coconut, coffee, cilantro, saffron, papyrus, foxglove, yam, cardamom, eucalyptus, soybean, upland cotton, sunflower, rubber, barley, hop. When I was showing the books about Caroline May, she had a drawing of the hop plant in England, which is made the growing of hop was an important agricultural endeavor in England in particular. Indigo, sweet pea, lavender, crabapple, white mulberry we were just talking about in terms of the silkworm, nutmeg, big topic there, tobacco, whoa, big, olive, rice, opium poppy, black pepper, English oak, sugar cane, white willow, potato, cacao, common wheat, tulip we've talked about recently, vanilla, wine grape, corn we've talked about to some extent, and ginger. And he must have had a wonderful, wonderful time researching all kinds of interesting details he's discovered in his process of putting this together. And I just thought a neat reference book So, 2 reference books. The rest are, I think, fiction. Yeah, fiction. This is Jean Giono, the Second Harvest, story about a farming, rural farming in France. This book takes place in the Caucasus mountains, and the cover, the usual kind of paper covers, I don't have for it. It's called The Buried Treasure. It's a sort of a legend, a wise tale, a tale of wisdom. It's retold by Gemma Bitter, and I found it a nice story to share with young people, and for me to think about it too. Nobody plays with cabbage. I really love the stories of Meinhard de Young, and this is a gardening story about growing cabbages, and I just full of surprises, and the last book is by Sven Nordqvist, a Swedish writer and illustrator of his own writings. Many of them are about Festus and Mercury. Mercury is the cat. Festus is the farmer. This is called Ruckus in the Garden, and I'll show you a number of other books at a later point. As will I show you some of several of those writers. Well, thank you for joining me, as I say, off on little branches there, and until next time, bye for now.